Hello fans. Big moves are happening at Manchester United. Concerns over Ruben Amorim, a €60 million star eyeing Old Trafford, and a rising wonderkid secured thanks to an unsung hero. Stay tuned for all the latest updates. Let's dive in. Man United news. Private concerns over Ruben Amorim emerge as star hits back at Paul Scholes. Manchester United will be hoping to pick up another win when they take on Tottenham on Sunday, having successfully reached the 5th round of the FA Cup. United beat Leicester 2-1 in the 4th round on Friday thanks to a controversial late goal from Harry Maguire, and Red Devils boss Ruben Amorim will be keen to follow up that result with a victory over a struggling Spurs side. However, there are still a number of issues for Amorim, including reservations over his system and reports that Casemiro could be on the move. Here, Mirror Football rounds up all the latest Manchester United news. Amorim concerns. According to a report from the Daily Mail, some United players have expressed concerns about Amorim's tactics. The report states that some have questioned whether a change of plan away from his preferred 3-4-3 formation would benefit the team, with it becoming a growing concern that United will not improve unless Amorim considers some tactical tweaks. However, the report does add that there is no suggestion Amorim risks losing the dressing room, despite United's poor form. Martinez responds to Scholes. Lisandro Martinez has hit back at criticism from United legend Paul Scholes, claiming the midfielder wouldn't survive in Argentina. Speaking on the overlap fan debate via Sky Bet, Scholes said, "Even when Martinez is fit, he's not good enough to win the Premier League with." Martinez then responded to Scholes in a post on Instagram. "This jinx guy is really hurting." Martinez wrote, "You put him in Argentina, and he wouldn't survive." Martinez is currently sidelined with an ACL injury and is set to undergo surgery. Flamengo I Casemiro. Casemiro has fallen out of favor under Amorim, and it has been claimed Flamengo are considering a move for the veteran midfielder. The transfer window in Brazil remains open until February 28th, and according to reports from Brazil, via the Manchester Evening News, Flamengo are willing to sign Casemiro on loan if United can cover the majority of his £375,000 a week wages. Casemiro has made just 8 appearances under Amorim, who suggested last month that the midfielder can no longer cope with the physicality of the Premier League. Man United Chiefs baffled after manager publicly calls out star. "It's unbelievable." Manchester United have been left baffled after Rotherham boss Steve Evans' recent comments about loanee Dan Gore. Gore joined the League One side on loan in January, with the 20-year-old hoping to get some regular game time after a disappointing spell at Port Vale last season saw him make just 1 appearance before suffering an injury. The United midfielder made a promising start when he came off the bench and produced an assist on his debut against Birmingham, but he has not been in the squad for Rotherham's last 3 matches. A foot injury was reportedly behind his absence from Rotherham's 2-1 defeat to Shrewsbury, but when it was put to Evans post-match, he did not seem convinced. "He worked for 2 days in the team and went home from training on Friday feeling good," Evans said. "I got a call from the medical staff to say that he'd woken up with his foot really sore. I'll pick up more of it tonight Saturday and tomorrow Sunday. It's unbelievable. We didn't do enough in training for him to have a sore nose, let alone a sore foot." He sat there afterwards having lunch with the boys and had a rub and got prepared. "Until I hear more from the medical staff as to how it's happened and why it's happened, then maybe God will tell me when I go to sleep tonight." The Daily Mail are now reporting that Evans' comments about the youngster raised eyebrows at Old Trafford. The report states that club chiefs are monitoring the situation, having put a lot of work into finding what they thought would be a good landing spot for Gore to develop. Gore was also absent from Rotherham's subsequent trip to Blackpool on Tuesday, and Evans has offered an update on his fitness, revealing he is set to be out of action for weeks. He told BBC Radio Sheffield, "Dan Gore, as I said to you, he just went home feeling his foot. Again, he is seeing a specialist. We think it's weeks." Both lads, Gore and Sean Raggett, were distraught yesterday, Monday. "I am talking about boys who want to play football." Rotherham currently sit 14th in League One and will be back in action on Saturday when they travel to Reading, with Noel Hunt's side coming off the back of 2 consecutive draws against Shrewsbury and Huddersfield. €60 million Amorim favourite keen on Man United transfer. Sporting CP wonderkid Giovanni Quenda is keen on joining Ruben Amorim at Manchester United. According to a report, the Red Devils are gearing up for a major summer overhaul after only signing Patrick Dorgu and Aiden Heaven in January due to profit and sustainability concerns. The club's financial situation remains far from ideal, and INEOS released a worrying statement on Tuesday, but Man Utd's recruitment department believes that they will be able to make major signings if they manage to shift the deadwood in the squad. Naturally, Man United have been linked with several players from Ruben Amorim's former club Sporting CP, as they are intimately familiar with the system the Portuguese is trying to implement at Old Trafford. Victor Gyökeres and Giovanni Quenda are most prominently associated with the Manchester club, but while the former has doubts about a move to Man United, it seems that the latter is chomping at the bit to join. Quenda wants Man United. At least that is according to Team Talk, which claims that Quenda is keen to link up with Amorim again after the 40-year-old handed him his first team debut in Lisbon. Quenda has emerged as one of Portugal's most promising talents this season and can play on either wing as well as a wingback, which is of course making him a very attractive commodity for Man United. Portuguese media has already claimed that the Red Devils have his signing pretty much wrapped up for a fee in the region of €60 million. However, the above-mentioned report states that the deal is by no means done, although club sources are confident that an agreement will be reached. Quenda was already being linked with Man United before Amorim arrived in November, but the head coach is described as being a big driver of the deal. Manchester United have an unsung hero to thank for sensational Chido Obi-Martin signing. "Well done, Chido," shouted Adam Lawrence following Chido Obi-Martin's equaliser against Chelsea in the FA Youth Cup 5th round. Obi-Martin latched onto a ball forward by Jadon Cameron, and the young forward made the finish look straightforward. But it wasn't as simple as it looked. The best goal scorers make finding the back of the net look easy, and Obi-Martin has enjoyed an exceptional first few months at United, so it was no surprise to see him equalize in style. Under-18 boss Lawrence showed his appreciation for Obi-Martin, who did brilliantly to make the most of Cameron's pass, and head of the academy Nick Cox smiled in the stands. It's understood Cox and head of academy recruitment Luke Fedorenko were responsible for the deal to sign Obi-Martin from Arsenal in the summer, and Cox will take particular pride from his performances. Alejandro Garnacho was brought to Manchester by Cox, and the academy chief might have signed another future first-team star. Garnacho was the talisman for the under-18 side that won the Youth Cup in 2022, and Obi-Martin has the quality to fire United to another triumph in the competition. Ruben Amorim was asked about Obi-Martin at his press conference last week, which highlights the interest in the youngster, and he could be knocking on the first team's door this season. Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee have scored just 12 goals between them in all competitions, while Obi-Martin's equalizing goal against Chelsea moved him to double digits for the campaign. Obi-Martin is obviously competing in academy fixtures, but he is becoming increasingly hard to ignore. His move to United was described as a significant coup in the summer, and Cox will feel he has lured another young talent who has a strong chance of playing first-team football to the club. United have won the FA Youth Cup more times, 11, than any other side, but Chelsea have won the competition 9 times and were expected to provide a stern test at Leigh Sports Village. The London club drew first blood under the floodlights in the 20th minute, but it didn't take long for United to respond through Obi-Martin. The momentum shifted to those in red shirts, and United began to demonstrate why they must be favourites to win another Youth Cup. United only conceded due to Gabriel Biantri slipping and losing the ball, and an impressive U18 team that included Harry Amas and Jack Fletcher began to take control of the game. However, it was James Scanlon who fired United into the lead. The 18-year-old has already been capped by Gibraltar's international team, and he headed home, although the goal was all about the tremendous work from Cameron, who played a wonderfully weighted cross into the box. Cameron assisted United's first 2 goals. Defenders sometimes don't get the credit they deserve in coverage of the academy, but Cameron played a key role in turning the tie around.